All right, welcome back to another video. So my name is John, and today I'm going to talk about how to actually get connected to your solar leads. So in my previous video, I talked about the three ways you could generate solar leads for your business. So just a quick recap, it was obviously door knocking, paid ads, and then organic marketing or building a brand, right? So if you haven't watched that yet, I'll put the link in the description so you can go and watch that video. But as I said, today I'm talking about how to actually get connected to those leads, because generating leads is obviously very, very important. And that's one big aspect of running your solar business. But if you can't get connected to those leads, it's useless to have a bunch of leads, right? And that's really a big problem, especially with generating leads if you use paid ads, because a lot of people just don't get through to their leads. So obviously it's a bit different to get connected to your leads if you do door knocking versus if you generate leads via paid ads, because if you do door knocking, you usually set the appointment with that lead then and there, where if you generate leads via paid ads, where do they go, right? How do you get connected to them? It's just a name and a number and an email address and whatever else you collected from them. It's not that easy to get connected to them, right? So let's quickly talk about how to actually get connected to them. So the first thing that's very, very important is to actually have a good CRM system. So just for those of you who don't know what a CRM system is, so CRM basically stands for Client Relationship Management. So a CRM system is a client relationship management system. So it's basically a place where you can store all of your leads and track their progress through the sales process, right? A lot more than that as well. It helps you to follow up with your leads. You can, if you have a good CRM system, you can set up automated messages to go out to your leads and to you as well. If, for instance, you get a new lead, you can get a notification. Going a bit off topic over there, but a good CRM basically helps you to manage your leads way more effectively, right? And I'm not talking about Google Sheets or Excel spreadsheets. I'm talking about there's a lot of different CRMs out there. I'm not going to mention all of them, but I'm talking about a CRM that's made to store leads and to track them, right? So you need a good CRM system. Otherwise, you're going to get confused, because if you are in communication with a bunch of leads at the same time and you don't have a good system to help you track your conversations and also track, as I said, each lead's progress through the sales process, you're going to get confused. You're not going to be able to communicate with your leads properly, and you're also not going to be able to follow up with them as quickly as you should, right? So that's very important. That's the first step, is to just get a good CRM system. So that's the first step. The second thing, and this is really, really important, is to follow up with them very quickly. And I'm talking about 3 to 5 minutes after they entered your pipeline. Once again, this is for paid ads, or if you have a brand. Obviously, if you do door to door, it's a bit different. You usually set the appointment with your leads there. At their door, right? But if you generate leads via paid ads, you're going to have to call them up and set the appointment with them. And if you wait an hour, 2 hours, a day before you actually call that lead, you're probably not going to get through to them. That's just the truth. I don't know, most of you probably tried paid ads in the past, and I'm pretty certain most of you also had problems actually getting through to those leads, and I see that as well. It's a big thing to actually get through to those leads, and you don't really expect that when you just start running ads. But if you generate 100 leads and you only get 20 of them on the phone, then you're not going to have very good conversion rates, right? So it's very important. Follow up with them. Give them a call 3 to 5 minutes after they enter the pipeline. Once again, that's why good CRM is important. So the next thing that is also very important is to call your leads more than once, right? So what I mean by that is you can't expect to get through to a lead if you just call him or her once when they, for instance, enter your CRM. You give them a call, and if they don't answer the phone, then you decide, no, this isn't a good lead. You can't do that. You can't expect to get through to your leads if you do that. If you do it like that, you're going to leave so much money on the table, because really the money is in the follow-up. That's really how it works. So what I recommend is that you call your leads 3 times a day, right? Each lead 3 times a day. You double dial each of them as well. So let's say you give a lead a call at 9 o'clock in the morning, double dial if they don't answer the first one, and then another one, for instance, at 12 o'clock, and then another call at 3 o'clock. Each of those times, you give them a double dial, right? Don't triple dial, otherwise you're going to get your phone number blocked, but you can double dial. That's not a problem, right? So obviously, if a lead enters the pipeline at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, don't call them at 8 o'clock at night again. But if they enter your pipeline a bit earlier, then call them 3 times each day. And I would recommend do that for at least a week, right? So let's say a lead enters your pipeline on Monday. You give them 3 calls on Monday, 3 on Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, all the way, till Friday. And if by Friday you haven't, gotten any response from them, you can probably discard that lead. You can go on for 2 weeks if you want to go the extra mile. That would be a good idea. You're still going to get through to a bunch of leads, but I would say a week is also it's also a good time that you give them. Now, here is where good CRM also comes in again, because if you can set up automation, like automatic messages that go out to your leads every time you give them a call and they don't answer, that is going to be very helpful, because then they can send you an SMS back or an email letting you know they're busy. Please give them a call at this time, or they can just let you know they're not interested anymore, or they went with another company or whatever, right? So that's also going to help you out a lot. Once again, you're going to use that CRM to track how many times you've called each lead as well. So that is where the CRM is super important, because you can imagine if you have a bunch of leads that you're talking with and that you need to make connections with, it's going to get hard to track how many times you've called each lead and when you called them the first time and so on. So it can get quite overwhelming if you don't have a good CRM to track this. Where if you have a good CRM, it's going to be very easy. You're just going to have a look at your pipeline and you're going to see, okay, this one needs to be called right now, and this person needs to be called twice, this day. All makes sense, all very easy to manage if you have a good CRM, and you don't have to worry and stress about following up with your leads, because your CRM is going to help you do that, and you're going to be able to see exactly who you have to call and when you have to call them, right? So that is really the most important thing. Obviously, good communication once you've connected with your leads is also very, very important. And even before you connect with them, if they see that you're persistent in following up with them and you have good systems in place, you're going to impress them, because you're going to stand out above most of the other sales reps out there, right? So good communication, that builds trust, and that is really the reason they're going to go with you. Most of your leads are not going to buy on price. They're going to buy on who they trust the most. If one rep offers them a deal, and you offer them a deal, and the other rep's deal or system is maybe 5,000 less, but they trust you and they like you, they're most likely going to go with you, right? They buy you, not the system. So I hope that makes sense, and I really hope that this video helped you out. I know some of the information that I'm giving you guys is quite vague. The thing is, obviously, this entire sales process, from generating leads to following up with them to closing them is a very large process with a lot of different aspects, and it would be impossible for me to go into a lot of detail with each different step in the process. So if you have any specific questions, please drop them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them as accurately as possible. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.